Dun, 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 dun. Yellow. Just saying hi. Just saying hi. Missed the Patreon stream this morning, so I decided I'd do something right now because, a little wiggle room, a little free time. Can't allow any of that free time now. Um, I read somewheres that it's Thank a Bus Driver Day, a national thing, national Thank a Bus Driver. Anyway, yeah, it's a good thing. You should always thank your bus driver, but I am especially thankful for bus drivers. Uh, Logic dictates, uh, using my logic hat, but that mysterious group of people, uh, aside from y'all wonderful people on the interwebs, but those people who really had my back, held my hand through trying times, were those people who I work most closely with. It might have something to do with it. Those bus drivers. Thank you, bus drivers. Um, Very underappreciated job. All right, so I was trying to do the age restriction thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not getting something here, but when I looked at it, I'm looking at my YouTube setting. I don't see a separate setting. So it just says that all of my content is not supposed to be made for kids. Um, like independently of clicking the box on like each individual video, right? But like just in general, that's what my setting says. So I don't see a way to actually restrict. I feel like there must be a way to restrict um, who can view as far as if they're, at least if they're honest about their age on here, right? But I don't see how. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. If anybody knows what I'm missing there? Yeah, because I'm in my channel settings, and then you have your advanced setting. It says audience, and it says no, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that is made for kids. That's the only thing I see here as far as that goes. And then, so I don't know. It's more complicated than that. Not sure. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But if anybody does have any tips for me there, greatly appreciate it. I made a Trusty Ape chess.com account. So I was using that last night. For those who are on Facebook and Twitch, y'all might know. Um, Fairly smashed my opponent. No, it was it was a good game. It's fun. Um, See, now I need one of those better streaming, like Streamlabs or something, where I can do like multiple screens so we can watch a video and play chess. Right? That's like the because I can't do that with Streamyard. I think. I guess I could if I share my whole screen. I could put it up in the corner, huh? That'd be a hack. But then am I gonna get like really bad lag? I don't know. And I would have to open a new window because right now they're all tabs on my Chrome window. Interesting. I might try that. Let's check the daily puzzle. I like the daily puzzles on here. Oop, not that one. Wrong tab. Um, Yes, when I enlarge it, I guess it kind of blocks, but this isn't quite the same view as you get when you're playing head to head. I don't think because we were doing it last night and it wasn't blocking them. Anyway, um, okay. Queen, queen. Good job, man. Alright. Yeah, we could try a real game here. I just feel like we need the other layout. Yeah, you can still see the pieces well enough. I just play with the basic 10-minute timer. Am I not signed in? Oh, I haven't saved my password. Oh, sorry, I didn't even make a password. Damn, so I didn't even get points for that daily? Is that how that works? Okay. So slow. If I close this other tab. Okay. That was weird. Action. Oh, darn it. Hmm. What are you thinking? Want a time or two? Let's do this. Hmm. I just timed myself out at this rate. Got some pretty formidable players on here. So it goes. Why is he giving me that piece? Okay, we can move on. Gosh, I know there's a take it. Take it. Oh, I'm in check. That's why I can't take it. Ah, damn it. I didn't even catch that. I was like, what's he doing? Okay. Is he calling to draw? Oh, no. I guess that's just my option, too. Check. What's going on? Sometimes it just doesn't work. He's still going to lose, but it's on the take. Come on, checkmate. No. You would still make. I like this. It's fun. I like to see the way people behave. It's just a game, right? What's up? What's up? We got commenters. Oh, deconverted man. Ladder? Oh. Yeah, I got a little bit of time. I have time. Hello, hello. Yeah, I don't really have. I mean, yeah. My topic was thank a bus driver. That was my topic. But other than that, just chillaxing, chillaxing. Probably end up doing tomorrow's stream in the evening as well. And then Monday, I don't know. It's all up in the fucking air right now. Okay, I'll just be quite honest with you. Maybe the whole schedule, and we'll probably rewrite the schedule at some point. But right now, we're just like, yeah, doing whatever, just continuously doing whatever. Our Lady of Perpetual Motion. My friend actually used to hang a sign for a fictitious church. They each said he tried to achieve nonprofit status, but he might have been bullshitting us. But yeah, Our Lady of Perpetual Motion. No, probably stole it from somebody else. Thieving bastard. Oh, look, Tog's on. Oh yeah, so I got the room for one more night, in case you haven't noticed. One more night. I figured it was worth it to do so, especially since I fouled it pretty badly this morning as far as oversleeping and stuff. I had a lot more shit
Seems
ready to go.
It's really rude.
to whoever's dick it was, mostly.
Oh, it wouldn't be.
No.
What is this?
Oh boy.
That was the idea Wildheart had back in the day. So we got together on one of his hangouts, and I put it together for him.
It's ridiculous.
DJ, you're fucking brilliant, mate. You're fucking brilliant.
Can I hug you? Can I give you a hug? I think maybe
I love you.
Sammy must be sleeping.
Now, not to say I haven't been there myself. My goodness.
I never have. Let's see what we got. More clips.
Oh, there's Clips Ahoy.
Clips holy.
Clips. Oh, man.
I'm watching what they're watching clips of.
This is something called the World Drinking Championship.
It's the World Drinking Championship. The very first one in 2021. That's right, folks. A shot every 15 minutes for 4 hours, and then after that, all bets are off. It's every 5 minutes or whatever the hell we decide when we're drunk as hell. I am
That's
not
amazing.
liable for anyone dying or going to hell. It's the
crap, I have a wrench over
World Drinking Championship, sponsored by #TrashFolk. Be well.
I was just looking around. I was like, Jill has a wrench, and I'm like, holy shit, I have a
So-
wrench. Now I can't talk shit.
There was something called the World Drinking Championship.
So
That's
did you win?
amazing.
No.
This is really good.
Is that like
I'm
beer
gonna
fest?
chuck all answer. Why aren't you guys taking another shot? No, fucking take.
Oh, this guy. Wow.
All right, everyone. You remember years ago
Yeah, I remember years ago.
when the term woke first entered the public lexicon?
Oh, that was
Everyone-
that long ago.
Everyone knew what it stood for. Wokeness, as defined by the people that were applying that term to themselves, they would say, well, woke versus broke. There's some leftist memes about it. Their purpose was to predefine it before it could be, the waters could be muddied. We'll talk about this. There's some gaslighting going on. Their attempt was
By
to
who?
define it as being aware of the historical struggles of people of color, of women, etc., minorities.
Okay. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Minorities, not just racial, ethnic minorities either.
Anyone other than those evil, pale-faced colonialists. Everyone else.
Right, yes. Colonialism happened. Yes.
else in the world has a grievance against them somehow, despite the fact that everything that they do was already done in other parts of the world by people to other people on a regular basis. 4,000.
That's relativism, right? You just happen to have the point in culture and history where we were like able to finally see, oh yeah, like there's like we've got like reasons we're not doing this, and we're gonna like actually like enshrine it in the culture to not do this and to tell people not to do this, right? And it's like part of the product. Yeah, the way. Yeah,
For thousands of years. It's Marxism.
It's
Wokeness is
Marxism.
an
If
offshoot
everything's fucking Marxism with this fucking guy.
of CRT. If you don't believe me, you can, of course, check up on CRT and its basic premises. I've already done a booklet debunking its 5 major premises, but there's plenty of literature dating back to the goddamn 70s from these same ivory tower Marxists. So check it out for yourself, and you'll realize eventually how much you're being gaslit. They've sanitized their views a little bit for public consumption, like not mentioning the whole being openly and avowedly influenced by Karl Marx part. That might not sit well with the average person in the public, but
It's just fine with me. I don't even see why that's like your whole focus on. Like, you're not even focusing on any of. You're just like Marxism, Karl Marx. Oh my goodness! Right.
we'll go into wokeness in general. Wokeness is weakness, according to me. Now, I'm being deliberately glib when I say that. It tends to rile up the leftists. No, you're just a racist. Trumpanzee. Orange man bad. I love it how they almost always default to talking about Trump or something when you bring this up. It's rather interesting. It's almost like they have nothing else to talk about. Not enough neurons.
Because he's the most fucking glaring example of this fucking stupidity of the shit you're talking about. Like, honestly, for somebody who speaks so eloquently, like, half the shit you're saying is unintelligible, right? Because it comes from this fucking weird perspective of fucking Trumpists, which you are one of.
Neurons in their head. It's so full of TDS, there's no room for anything else other than proclaiming wokeness. But now they're gaslighting in two ways. I've even seen, I think it's still up right now on RCP. There are articles from leftoid rags saying maybe we need to retire the use of the term wokeness. That's because you failed to predefine it. What the left likes to do, and it's when you're using newspeak, you need to make sure that you predefine things. You create a rigid definition of something and then put it out there, and that defends it because you've already created a family-friendly sounding label for something preemptively, so that it takes time to fact check it. So when you
Orwell, Marxism, philosophy, and fiction.
you look into what wokeness actually proposes, equity and stuff like that, really what it is a bunch of discrimination, a bunch of Marxist horseshit, a bunch of lies. It's based on historical revisionism. It's trash. But you try to predefine it and make it more sanitized so that people can't criticize it. Unfortunately for the left, that didn't happen. Their pre-definition fell flat. They didn't do it right. So now they're thinking about retiring the term, and they're gaslighting and pretending there is no singular definition of woke.
So, yeah, you're not talking about, like, ancient history. And this is what pisses me off. You're talking about shit that you're, like, 2 generations removed from, if that. Like, in some cases, you're not even a fucking single generation removed from it. It's still fucking happening. So I don't know how you're just acting like, okay, and fucking wokeness isn't all this one thing. You're just dumping it. Wokeness and CRT is the same fucking thing, which is not, right? They're not.
Of wokeness. Well, there is. You created one yourself. It's just that that's not what it actually represents, and people pointed this out and redefined it themselves. And so now you're seeking to implode your own term because it's dead weight. It's no longer useful. The average American does not support the premise, the sub-premises of wokeness. It's sort of like when you define wokeness with...
it's probably because of people like you using it in such a way that is so fucking, you guys just take some shit and run with it. I can't even think of another example, but I'm sure there are plenty.
That leftoid definition, there's a poll only a few days ago that I talked about on this. Most Americans approve of it, but only if you define it as leftists wish it to be defined. If you look at every subjugate detail of what wokeness creates, all of the various anti-white discrimination, more reparations, all of these other things, ESG, diversity training, none of them are approved of by the majority of the American public. Now, if every single component of something is unapproved...
Yeah, I think, the reason a lot of the American public, disagrees is because, why the fuck should we have to have diversity training? Because all these fucking racists are still running around doing racist shit, and that's not intelligent, right? But we have to deal with those people, and so now we have to sit through diversity training because you're a fucking racist. Wow, it's ironic.
Approved of in general, sometimes by a significant margin. Why is the premise under which they all fall approved of? It's because of the original preemptive definition. It's because of Newspeak. We've seen this before from other groups, haven't we? Clean coal. The coal lobby said, well, we've got better scrubbers now. Yeah, it doesn't reduce all of the emissions or all the pollutants, but it's better than it was. We'll call it clean coal. And we'll have pictures of nice white wispy smoke and steam rising up out of the smokestack, and it'll be surrounded by deer and birds and pine trees and shit like that. Well, it's not clean. It's cleaner, but cleaner coal probably wouldn't have worked as a preemptive term. This one also fell flat, by the way. There's a reason you don't hear about it much anymore. The Patriot Act. What the fuck is patriotic about it? It has nothing to do with patriotism under a civic definition, a historical definition, or a pragmatic definition.
So does he not understand that Patriot Act is actually an acronym? I'm pretty sure it was. I'll double check myself, but I'm fairly certain that Patriot Act was actually, like, Patriot as an acronym stood for something. Where is it? Yeah. Law, USA, uniting and strengthening America by providing appropriate tools required to intercept and obstruct terrorism. Yes, it's an acronym. So yeah, I think they just thought they were being clever there. But other than that, yeah, probably.
Antifa. And we're
nationalists.
anti-fascist. No, you're not. You're communists and anarchists, mostly.
Well, that is definitionally anti-fascist ideology.
That beat up random people, declare others Nazis in order to justify arson, and do violent things, and go into the black neighborhood and burn their Starbucks because you need your avocado toast in the morning for $10. That's what you are. You're not actually anti-fascist at all. If anything, your endorsement of the wokeness thing is closer to fascism when it bleeds over into corporate land.
That's just like your opinion.
And that's the truth. And all of these things are newspeak. No Child Left Behind. Well, no, it's more like No Child Left. Good preemptive programming, though, because the public, in its low info form, hears the moniker and they associate it with positive or negative things based on what the label is. With wokeness, the left failed to properly predefine it early and often enough in order to defend the terminology. So all of its subjugate parts are disapproved of. A significant proportion of people, and rising, don't approve of wokeness at all, because they don't understand it to mean, hey, I'm aware of these historical grievances and feel pity for other people that are lesser than myself, because that's not what it represents. That's the sanitized definition. It's the propagandistic definition. So they seek to self-destruct their own meme because it didn't fucking work. Again, this happens all of the time. The left is normally better at organizational newspeak. The right wing tends to be better at disorganized meme making and chaos campaigns and things of that nature. There's a reason why Pepe took off and all of the leftoid versions of it sucked. It's about irreducible complexity. I already got into that in occult memetics and made several videos touching on that point years ago. The left normally does better than this when it comes to defending their newspeak terminology. And CRT does delve heavily into propagandistic use of linguistics. Again, for all of you that are younger out there in high school or you're in college, take a course on linguistics.
Magnavolt, the final word in auto security. No embarrassing alarm noise, no need to trouble the police. And it won't even run down your battery.
Magnavolt. Lethal response.
Lethal response. Sorry, I had to return a call real quick just to make sure everything was good. So come back.
linguistics and or linguistic anthropology. It will open your eyes, I assure you, if the professor is competent at all. I hope that the professor that taught that still at UVM, he was only an associate professor at the time. Or was he? He might have just been a lecturer. Hopefully they gave him a tenured position. He was a good professor. He did a good job at that. It was an interesting course. Of course, I also liked art history. So sue me. I wanted a filler course. I wanted to look at Baroque paintings for a while. And I wanted to be in a class where there's no audience participation and it's theater style and I can just look at fucking paintings for an hour. It's basically the reason that I took it. And I was sober at the time. Interesting days. That's about all.
What the fuck was that? That's just the most random shit. Like, what the? Okay. You see why I love watching this shit? No. Yeah, I had a friend call me who I haven't seen in a while. I guess she was watching the video this morning and supposed to get some feedback on that, and yeah, just saying hi, which is cool. It's awesome.
Not just while you're trying to find out. For example, if we were trying to find out if there was a connection between smoking cigarettes and cancer, the time to believe that there's a connection is when we actually find the evidence for that and not a moment before. As it turns out, there is a connection between smoking cigarettes and cancer. We know that from the evidence. If you're going to say that you believe that there's a God, that is the same as saying you believe that smoking causes cancer or contributes to cancer, and you're doing it while saying, I don't have the evidence, I'm still looking for it. So now you're saying you believe something even though you have not yet reached the point where you have sufficient evidence to believe it.
I understand. Can I change my statement then?
Sure.
What I'm saying is that I'm not sure if I believe in the existence of God. Is that okay?
So you don't know whether or not you believe in a God. If you don't you think that if you did believe in a God, you would know it?
Well, let's just say that I'm not sure that God exists, and there is no way for me to prove it.
I'm not asking that. Look, I'm not asking about sure. That's fine. I'm just saying when you say you're not sure if you believe or not, I would argue that if you believed in a God, you'd kind of know it. But yeah, I'm fine with you saying you don't know whether God exists or not.
If so I can jump in, there's one other thing that I heard at the beginning of your call, and I want to make sure that I'm tracking. I sense from you, and I hear a variation off this, for someone who doesn't believe in God, you sure talk about him an awful lot, meaning that it's kind of a self-conscious response. Maybe we do secretly believe. I hear from you that, hey, if there isn't a God out there, why is humankind so obsessed with these conversations relating to the God questions? Did I hear that right? In other words, you think our interest in the God questions kind of leans into this innate desire of human beings to believe in a higher power?
Well, it is possible, but you are right, actually. We are all obsessed with the idea of God.
I don't think that's correct. But let me clarify what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but what I'm hearing is if humankind has throughout our history been interested in the questions, the bigger questions. Where did we come from? How did life begin? What is our purpose? That type of thing. These sort of existential questions, which we so often hear throughout the human condition. Do you think that kind of searching for answers leans into the search for God? Is that accurate, or do I have it right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So you feel like because we are so interested in questions about where did we come from, how did the universe begin, etc., where do our morals come from, all of these types of things, our interest in that seems to indicate that there must be a God. Otherwise, why would we be so obsessed? Is that right?
No. That is not a proof. Is not a proof of the existence of God. It's just a proof that we are obsessed with this idea of God.
It's another question.
If I may, I think we are, as part of the human condition, we're obsessed may not be the word. We're interested, or at least most of us are, in answers. And as Hitch used to say, back in the infancy of our species, our first answers were almost always our worst. People didn't understand germ theory. We didn't understand the cosmos. We didn't know what stars were. We didn't know what caused disease and epilepsy and natural disasters. And so people in their ignorance would reach up and look up to the skies, and they would call down their deities, and they would pray and chant. And these were all human expressions in a search for greater meaning.
I think there's also a good explanation for why astrology existed, right? Because through the early practices of astronomy, you could accurately predict certain things by way of the stars and moon cycles and things like that, right? There's a rational explanation there.
The more we've come to know about the natural world, the less and less and less we've needed those superstitious answers, those sort of primitive answers rooted in human ignorance. And I don't think that our quest for knowing more tomorrow than we knew today, that having discussions about whether or not someone can prove a god, etc., none of that validates the existence of a god. It simply means we are engaged in the arena of ideas.
I'm getting the spiral. You getting the spiral?
What is true? What is real? What is false? What is superstition? Fair enough?
Yeah.
We're interested in finding answers wherever they may be. Some people like to scribble something in a blank, and
It's one of my favorite speakers,
others,
but it does
like Matt, and
pain me to
hopefully
hear
you
the
are
video
saying-
skipping on my end. So
you're
sorry if it's
probably
doing
going to
that
have
on your
to
end too.
demonstrate that before I fill in that
Glitching out
blank.
a little bit
Otherwise, the
here. So
answer is I don't know.
yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, it's perfectly fine to not know things. There's a lot of things we don't know.
And if we're,
A lot of things we
all
can't
fine
know.
with
A
I
lot
don't
of things
know,
we'll never know.
I think I kind of got to pause it here.
It's just taking time to catch up with me. That was a good spot. Shut it down. Another rousing day at the office. Things have been super duper chill. Super duper chill at the office. I got, so I was, some of you may not know, I only have 2 balls right now, but I used to be able to juggle a little bit. Now I'm dropping my balls. It's very difficult to do while sitting. Yeah, I'm not gonna run around right now because I'm upstairs on the 2nd floor. So, but yeah, I was out there juggling on a platform and walking around doing my job, and I can juggle while I'm doing my job. That's okay. And this guy approached me, and he's from Beat Lab. And he said he puts on shows, and we were talking about maybe I could juggle in one of his shows, and maybe we could talk about, because he does music too, collaborating on that. So that's cool. Meeting more musicians down at the bus stop. I like it. Yeah, give me something to do, right? All right. Well. On the top of the first hour. Yeah, probably stand to stay on for a little while longer. Multi-streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It's the Trusty 8 Podcast. Or something. Ooh. Thanks to GeoSam for the fancy opening screen. I love it. Intermission screen, whatever. Doesn't matter. I use it however I want. I do what I want. And, okay. Praise is live. Looks like fun. Anybody interested? Now's the time to show me your thumbs. Do you hear what I hear? Oh, no. The preacher.
Your fans are also my fans. Yeah, no. So we tried to join. We've had conversations a little bit in the chat.
I guarantee you, this is a dumpster fire. It's gonna right now. It's starting out good. It's gonna deteriorate. I'm just gonna find out where is the point of deterioration, though. I'm trying to figure this out.
Of delineation.
I love playing this game, figuring it out in live
now
stream.
Worldviews. You have a worldview. I'm granting it to you. I have a worldview. I don't know if you're granting it to me or not, but you should. Just that's how it's done. And so you're invoking a standard. We're both invoking the same standard. We both have a worldview. We both want evidence. You're invoking the standard of evidence, apparently arbitrarily. You haven't been able to rise to your standard. You haven't proven that there is no God. You haven't proven that your face is an evidence of God in the plant in front of your yard. You haven't proven.
What happened?
What did happen?
Come on, mate! Come on, mate! What happened here?
What? What? A dress up there or what?
Bro.
Cloggers! I'm telling you, there's cloggers.
See, that's terrible. Is he really trying to do a freaking Aussie accent? Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, the
Cloggers, you genius.
Hold on, I had to put it back up here. There it is.
Joking, I know what it is.
That everything that you're acquainted with doesn't stand in some line of causal relation. You haven't shown to me. You haven't shown to me that your worldview is true. So I have no obligation to even entertain your interpretation of the data. I have no obligation to even consider your naturalistic interpretation. I have no obligation to take seriously any of your claims that there's nothing supernatural. I have no obligation to take anything that you say seriously at all.
This is the point in the debate where if you're physically in the room with somebody, you just challenge them to a fist fight. You can't do fisticuffs over the internet, so it doesn't work out so
but
well.
I do like when you guys debate. I think it's cool.
You don't like the objective
I think it's
truth?
interesting.
No. Don't do that.
It's fun. But other than that, it's a vacuous worldview that you're speaking from. That unless you want to give me that line of reasoning, which you don't have,
it's the real world,
now
jackass.
That's clear. I'll be happy to provide a line of reasoning from my worldview. I'll be happy to rise to your apparently arbitrary standard, which is evidence. Okay.
You know, I was going to respond to all that you just said, but I want to hear what you have to say now. I'll let you continue. Where is this justification? I'm eager.
So, and I'm going to give it to you, but let me give a little nuance first. Okay. There's a difference between proof and persuasion. Do you understand that?
Okay. But yeah, you can persuade somebody of something without offering actually sufficient proof. Sure.
Well, the opposite. Like I can prove Yeah, it would be no. Well, no. We're good. Take a deep breath. We're going to agree on this.
I thought we were getting to the justification.
We're going to.
Okay.
But what's going to happen is you're going to start naysaying, which is fine, and you're welcome to do that.
But do you want me to mute myself so I won't?
Well, it's fine if you do. Look, I'm just having a conversation with you. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to set traps. Like Grayson, like I genuinely want you to realize that your position is fundamentally vacuous, and I want you to be reconciled with the God that you know. That's why I'm here. Okay? No, it's true. Like, people say, "Oh, I want a sign. Yeah, I want a sign from God." Well, I'm over here. I'm like, "Yo, Grayson, like wake up, dude. Like, here it is."
All right, man. I feel like you're stalling right now. I thought you were getting to this whole justification and all of this.
Okay. So I will. So, but just to be clear, like, there's a difference between proof and persuasion. You can prove.
I think
to
that's
little
actually
Johnny
his
in the
mic.
classroom
That's
that
not us. No,
5 apples times 5 apples is 25 apples. Little Johnny might not be persuaded. People aren't persuaded of things. That doesn't matter. Okay. So my job is not to persuade you. But my job is just to provide you with the proof, hope that you consider it, hope that you repent and be reconciled to the God that you already know.
So you're just preaching.
Okay.
Okay. So on the biblical worldview, and again, you're free to disagree, but if any disagreement at a fundamental level, you are making a counterclaim. When you say no, you are making a counterclaim. And just like with your face, you're going to need to defend that, and you haven't been able to do that. So that's why I wanted to get this out of the way. On the biblical worldview, we have God that created all things, and God created His creatures, which would be us, with a mind that is rational enough to receive the revelation of God. Okay, this is something that you said can't happen, but you weren't able to defend that. Okay, so God objectively revealed His truth to His creation. We all have a knowledge of God. God revealed Himself to Adam in the garden. Even though the Bible says this, I'm not saying this because the Bible says this. This is our biblical worldview, world history. God sent prophets through the ages. God gave us prophecies. God revealed Himself in the flesh, in the person of Jesus Christ. God gave us His scriptures. Okay. God gave us the Holy Spirit that is revealed throughout humans, that dwells within us.
So this guy's just preaching at us, and it's not what I don't care. I actually don't care anymore. Because I thought they were having some kind of legitimate conversation going on or something. I don't know. I always love it when that happens. So yeah, just musing, wandering about, as it were, but actually staying in one place, resting my legs. I'm walking a lot. Let's see what my step counter says for today. That's right, I need to put my phone on the charger. Keep forgetting that it's about to go 6%. It's not quite. Living on the edge. Oh shit, it rolled over since it's midnight. What was yesterday's? Yesterday. Yeah. Counts me for a full 4 hours. Nice. From 1 to 5. Doesn't even count me sitting down. 16,000 steps. Alright. I dig that. Yeah, I get to work and it's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, out there all the time. It's fun. I like walking around. It's pretty much what I do anyway, which is like what I was saying. Like when I first got into security, I was like, I was at my friend's house where I was staying at the time, and I was like pacing back and forth in the walkway, like at his house. And he's like, "That's all you do, just whatever site you're at, like hang out, walk around." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's pretty much your main job." I do that anyway. Be pacing. Be pacing. It's one of those spectrum traits, I'm told. So, 12:45. We had about 2 beers, so I'll probably shut it down. Nobody wants to come chat. In a little over an hour. Let's gonna play another game of chess. We're play another game of chess. Access before. Diddy bother. Play the long game, but remember, only have a 10-minute timer. I always see. Then you get into it, and you're like, "Oh, I focus. Stay focused. You chick, stay focused." That's how you do it. Life or something like it. The trusty ape. Don't forget to thank your bus driver. If you're gonna lag out on me playing chess now. Derail the train. Help me, chess.com, help me. Alright, I get to open. Go standard. And we'll go conservative. Like starting as conservative. Oh, it's still searching. My bad. I thought the game started. Jumping the gun. And now I fucking laid out my play. Now I have to do something different. In case you're one of my viewers. Damn the internet. Okay. Ready, set, move. It's going strong. Let's open the left side. Pretty common right there. He's trying to get my queen out already. That's what he wants me to do, but that's not what I'm going to do. Oh. Very well, very well. Stay on the left. Ready, come out. Do it this one. Yeah, I want that pawn. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn it. Look at that. Missed that one, huh? Son of a beastie. That's how you know it's time for bed. Well, much love. Be well. Stay trusty. Be kind and be true to yourselves. I'm gonna mosey off and scuttlebutt myself onto the old. What do you call that thing? Oh, yeah. It's a bed. It's called a bed, Dave. Get with it. Grow up. Grow a pair. Snap out of it. Good night. Good luck.